Hey guys, welcome to HRG Zone YouTube channel. And today I am gonna show you the top 10 underrated open world PC games 2023. So sit back and relax. Starting off number 10. Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective. The player controls Wei Shen, a Chinese-American police officer who goes undercover and ventures out on a raid to infiltrate the Sun On Yi Triad organization. The initial missions of the game are a linear tutorial for controlling the character. After these missions, the player is allowed to explore the game's world and take part in side missions and other activities. Shen navigates the world by running, jumping, climbing over obstacles, swimming, and driving cars, boats, and motorcycles. The heads-up display interface features a mini-map that indicates targets, key locations, and Shen's current position. Game release date is August 14, 2012. Number 9 is Assassin's Creed Syndicate is an action-adventure, stealth game played from a third-person perspective, that features similar gameplay elements to the previous games in the series. Players complete missions, linear scenarios with set objectives, to progress through the story. Outside of missions, the player can freely roam the open world. Composed of the greater area of Victorian London, consisting of 7 boroughs, the world of Assassin's Creed Syndicate is larger than previous entries in the series. In keeping with a historical context that more closely resembles the modern day, the city guard of previous iterations is replaced by a Victorian-era police force, who will rarely attack the player unless a crime is committed in their presence. The player's main enemy is instead a Templar-controlled street gang called the Blighters. Game release date is October 23, 2015. Number 8 is Days Gone is a third-person action-adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic open world. The player controls Deacon St. John, an outlaw-turned-drifter bounty hunter who prefers life on the road to wilderness encampments. The game takes place 2 years after a pandemic killed almost all of humanity and transformed millions of others into freakers, mindless, zombie-like creatures that evolve quickly. Swarmers, a nocturnal type of freaker, hide in their nests during daytime but often congregate, wander around, and search for food and water at night. Players can lure swarmers toward other enemies, causing the two groups to fight one another. Other enemies include newts, who are infected adolescents and opportunistic hunters who only attack Deacon when he enters their territory or has poor health. Game release date is May 18, 2021. Number 7 is Sunset Overdrive is an action-adventure game set in a third-person perspective. Players navigate a metropolis called Sunset City in the year 2027. This dystopian world has been overrun by mutants called the OD, short for overcharged drinkers. The player character is a former Fizco employee, tasked with cleaning up the mess left behind from a party Fizco had thrown to celebrate the launch of its new energy drink, Overcharged Delirium XT. Players can employ different moves including wall running, air dashing, zip lining, performing parkour, acrobatics, and water traversal. Players use grind rails to deftly navigate city streets, and are able to switch direction instantly at will. Game release date is November 16, 2018. Number 6 is L.A. Noire is an action-adventure neo-noir crime game. Played from a third-person perspective, the game is set in an open-world environment featuring Los Angeles in 1947. The player completes cases to progress through the story, fulfilling objectives in a generally linear order. As they roam the open world, the player can also complete optional street crimes, short, linear scenarios with set objectives, and collect items such as golden film reels, vehicles, novels, and golden records. The player can also discover multiple landmarks based on real monuments from Los Angeles in the 1940s. Game release date is May 17, 2011. Number 5 is Assassin's Creed Unity is an action-adventure, stealth game played from a third-person perspective and set in an open-world environment. Set in the city of Paris during one of its darkest hours, the French Revolution. Take ownership of the story by customizing Arno's equipment to make the experience unique to you, both visually and mechanically. In addition to an epic single-player experience, Assassin's Creed Unity delivers the excitement of playing with up to 3 friends through online cooperative gameplay in specific missions. Throughout the game, take part in one of the most pivotal moments of French history in a compelling storyline and a breathtaking playground that brought you the City of Lights of today. Game release date is November 13, 2014. Number 4 is Far Cry New Dawn is an action-adventure first-person shooter set in an open-world environment which the player can explore freely on foot or via various vehicles. The game is set in the fictional Hope County, Montana, and uses a reimagined version of Far Cry 5's map. The nuclear war portrayed in Far Cry 5 has reshaped the landscape so that new areas have become available for the player to explore while others are inaccessible. The flora and fauna of Hope County have also undergone changes, with the landscape dominated by colorful flowers and occupied by mutated animals. Even the sky above Hope County has changed, with a permanent aurora that hints at a significant change to the Earth's magnetic field. Game release date is February 15, 2019. Number 3 is Saints Row: Gat Out of Hell is an action-adventure game. The player controls Johnny Gat or Kinsey Kensington in an open-world environment. Gat Out of Hell shares many gameplay aspects with the previous installments, being primarily played as a third-person shooter in an open-world city scattered with quests, secondary objectives, and various collectibles. Superhuman abilities return from Saints Row 4. Gat Out of Hell introduces angelic flight, giving wings to the player. Unlike past Saints Row games, players cannot customize the playable characters. However, by importing a Saints Row 4 save, players can import their custom boss character to replace the default boss. Game release date is December 21, 2015. Number 2 is Rage 2 is a first-person shooter. Players assume control of a ranger named Walker, who is free to explore the game's apocalyptic open world. Players are given control over some of Walker's attributes, such as their gender, skills, or attire. Walker is able to wield various firearms and tools to fight against enemies, including returning weapons such as the wing stick. Players can develop Walker's skills with nanotrite-based powers. Through a mode called Overdrive, Walker's guns do more damage, enemies drop more energy, and they get healed constantly, providing players with an aggressive way to mow down enemies. Nanotrites from the first game, which act as special powers and ability boosts, can be used to increase combat efficiency. Game release date is May 14, 2019. And number 1 is Mad Max is an action-adventure game set in an open-world post-apocalyptic environment caused by resource shortages and ecocide. It emphasizes vehicular combat, in which the player is the eponymous Mad Max. According to its publisher, up to 60% of the game focuses on driving. Some weapons and tools, including flamethrowers and turbo boosts, are mounted directly onto the magnum opus, while others, such as a harpoon and sniper rifle, are used in conjunction with the vehicle by Chumbucket, Max's assistant, or Max himself. Max's magnum opus, with its V8 engine and powerful ramming ability, can destroy enemies' vehicles and weaponry. Game release date is September 1, 2015. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, so please like this video and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to notifications. So thanks again, and see you soon on next video. And good, bye.